Just over a month ago, the SCSRA Fry Disposal ARCA Series closed out the season at Homestead, Miami, with Kenneth Redinger being crowned champion with a remarkable performance. Tonight, the drivers are back on the speedway for an exhibition race that could build their momentum before the season even begins. It's the ARCA Clash for Cash from Echo Park Speedway. Hello and welcome everyone to Royalty Racing Network. I am Joshua King, back with you again for another exciting season of the SCSRA Fry Disposal ARCA Series. We have a lot of returning drivers and a lot of new drivers, and I will make sure to introduce you to them all over the course of the evening here shortly. But for right now, let's take a look at our race info for the evening. We're at a track that is just over 1.5 miles long in distance. It's 78 degrees Fahrenheit and 32% humidity, a little bit on the low side for Atlanta as far as the humidity goes. 50 laps is the distance. It's a little bit of a shorty, but it is the Clash for Cash. This is an exhibition race, meaning there are no points on the line, but there is a good chunk of change. These drivers out here tonight all competing for $200 in cold hard cash to get their season going, and that would do a lot. We're going to talk to one of the drivers, hopefully one of the newcomers here in the ARCA series, but those are your track details. As always, one fast repair. There is a stage caution, if you will, at lap 25, competition caution, whatever you want to call it, right there in the middle. So I don't expect fuel to come into play, but if we have a late caution, we may have to watch for some takers coming down pit road to potentially get tires and see if they can have that advantage. This track will play differently when it comes to the tires from a Talladega or a Daytona, simply because it will eat your tires a little bit more than those two speedways will. Otherwise, the racing should be fairly similar, and I'm looking forward to seeing it play out. Let's go track side here and take a look at the quick man in the practice session so far. Look out. Almost witnessed a crash. Oh, almost witnessing another one. Anyway, this is the number 15 of Joe Irwin. He is the quick time right now, and he's got the 0 on the side of his car. 30.60 for Joe Irwin. Good looking paint for him. He was with us, I believe, season 1 ARCA series. That might have been Cup Series. I used to broadcast both, but now just on the Tuesday side. Alicia, welcome in. Good to have you back. As always, first one in chat. Alicia is the most loyal, not only to Nicholas Walthorn, but here on Royalty Racing Network. We're going to say that before some of the others get in. Alicia, you know, Lisa and all of them. But Noah, welcome in. Also rooting for Nicholas Walthorn. Always a big fan favorite in the 54. He's not on track. We'll get to him shortly. Here is Matt Baines in the number 72. New paint for the 72 of Matt Baines. It's weird. It's kind of got like chrome with white. That's going to be easy to see, but hard to tell. It's got the Royalty Racing Network on the front of that thing. Not sure if that's meant to be that way or if that's an accident of sorts, but nevertheless, looks pretty cool. Here's a newcomer, Cale Thorpe, in the number 20 Mobile 1 ride. And coincidentally, if you remember Victor Kress, he was the number 20, and he also ran a Mobile 1 paint. So that is pretty funny, actually. But Cale Thorpe bringing it down pit road. And Matthew Fritz, there's the 67. Matthew Fritz, M&M Pets sitting, number 67, Chevy Camaro. Another new paint for Matthew. He's just getting going. Hasn't put in a lap time just yet. He'll cut that apron there and go down all the way to the bottom. for his first lap. Now him and Joe Irwin, the only two on the speedway, is we're showing 40 minutes left in the practice time. I don't feel like that's accurate. We're going to have a whole lot of time to fill together here, folks, if that's accurate. But I don't think it is. We'll see. A lot of guys getting on the line here, it would appear. I know some of them perhaps just joined the session by chance. Others, I know there was a little confusion as far as paying the fee to get into this race versus paying the fee to get into the formal ARCA series that starts next week for the points. What up, Matt Baines? Ah, yes, trading paints is being weird. I kind of assumed that was the case. Here's David Hartney in the number 30 Ford Mustang pulling out on track, and we're going to get with Mr. Hartney right now. Newcomer to the series. David, Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Appreciate you joining us. David, welcome to the Fry Disposal ARCA series, and welcome to the ARCA Clash for Cash. Wanted to grab a newcomer here, just talk to you a little bit about joining this series, what your feelings are about it overall, if you've watched some of the racing before, and how you heard about it, first off.
Well, actually, my history with the SCSRA starts about 9 seasons ago. I was an admin for 7 seasons before Josh and Ryan kind of took over the helm. So work got in the way for a little while. Had to stop racing for a little over a year, and came back, and I couldn't think of a better league to race in. So luckily they welcomed me back with open arms, and here we are.
Right on, man. Well, it's good to have you back. I guess that leaves no question as to how you heard about him. But David, obviously over the course of time, a lot of new drivers, they come and go. You've seen that as an admin in the past yourself. Is this a great opportunity for you to kind of come out, not only feel out the car and your confidence in this series, but also to kind of feel out the other drivers and get a rough idea of what it might be like for the season going forward?
You know, the Clash always is kind of an interesting race because, you know, this one brings money involved. So people take risks to try to get up there. So it's kind of a misrepresentation a little bit, in my opinion. But, you know, I'm excited to be here, excited to be in the race, excited to be with these guys again. Again, I couldn't think of a better league in general. I've raced in many leagues, and this one's always been the most accepting, most inviting, from 10 seasons ago to here we are now. So, and I mean, I started season 2 with this league, so been here for a while.
Right on, man. Well, it's awesome to have you back. I'm not going to keep you super long, but one last question. If you could come out tonight, first through third, you know, quality finish, explain to us a little bit what that could do for you going into the start of the season next week, and even moving forward from there as far as the confidence it may build and just pure momentum.
Absolutely. It's definitely going to be a confidence boost if you can win this tonight. You know, it's the first race of the season, so there's lots to take in. So going into the rest of the season, starting off with the win, a money win even, is huge confidence boost. It's drafting tracks, so you never know what's going to happen. It's kind of a crapshoot, and it will be for the next 2 weeks. But yeah, absolutely. If you win this going into next week, huge confidence boost.
Absolutely. Well, David, we'll let you get back to work, but before we do, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Absolutely, man. My wife for letting me do this, taking care of the kids at night. You know, Josh, Ryan for inviting me back in, admin team, Sean, Lauren, all of them. They put on a great show. They put on doing their best to keep the league going, and season 12 is a testament to what this league goes for. All
right, man. Thanks for joining me on short notice, and kind of surprising, of course, but Best of luck to you tonight. Maybe, just maybe, we'll be talking to you after the race.
I sure hope so. I appreciate it. Thanks for all you do.
Absolutely. Once again, folks, that was the driver of the number 30, David Hartney, in the Cletus McFarland paint this evening, and that's a good-looking one for the number 30. Good to have David back with us. I had not met David. I came on, I believe it was season 8, season 9, as I mentioned before, kind of just losing track of it all. We got about 5 minutes here, in my opinion, until we go qualifying for the Clash for Cash here at Echo Park Speedway. We're going to get one more guy with us tonight, if we can find him. There he is. And Matt Baines, Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
Matt, you came in late last season into the ARCA. You made moves early. You brought fireworks and you did well. Now, full-time season, you're starting with the Clash tonight. Tell us what it would mean for you to come out here tonight, get the job done going into the start of the season.
Well, it would be awesome, and just going out and having fun really is the most important thing. Got a great car. I had a lot of speed at the end of the season. Just kind of didn't put myself in good positions, but that's all about the learning aspect, and I'm just excited to be doing this for this season. And if I can pull off a win here, that would be great momentum heading into the season, and hopefully I can carry over that throughout the whole season.
Absolutely. And Matt, realistic expectations for you going into this season. Tell us what that looks like, where you want to be when it comes down to it, race 16 of this season.
I want to be in the hunt, for the title, and I want to get a couple wins under my belt. Just hoping I have good runs, race in, race out, and having fun, obviously, and just putting myself in a position to where I can win the title. And to do that, you got to be consistent. You got to be smart, and just, I guess, patient would be a good word there.
Absolutely. A lot goes into it every single race. And one bad race doesn't mean that it's the end of your season, but one good race doesn't mean that you're locked in. So it's a long haul, and you got to stay patient throughout. But, Matt, appreciate you repping the Royalty Racing Network this season, just like last season. Before we let you get back to work and focusing on qualifying here, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Well, I want to, start with my parents and family and all that. They've been watching several races, and my dad always texts me afterwards, saw your race, good job, and all that. And I want to thank them for supporting me and, supporting me through all my racing and all that. And then I want to thank my partner. He's in a kind of a stressful time right now, and he's getting through it and still as supportive as can be. And I just want to thank him for being as supportive as possible. And it's amazing to see that. And then obviously the team, got to thank RMS and and SM Racing and Majestic Apparel and all them. They give me great cars week in, week out. I just got to do the best with it.
All right, Matt, appreciate you joining us here unexpectedly, but you're off to a pretty good start. Got that number 72 third quick in the practice session, so not a bad way to start it off. But best of luck to you tonight. Maybe we'll be talking to you after the race.
Thank you, sir.
Once again, folks, that was the driver number 72, Royalty Racing Network Toyota Camry, Matt Baines, in the pit lane. And time to go back on track is Brandon Anderson in the 49. Land Shark Logger was on track. Now he's pulling off the track. Seems like every time we get somebody, they're pulling off the track. Nevertheless, Sam Green Racing says, wish I was there to push him to a win, referring to his teammate, the number 20, who we just took a look at moments ago. Here is Ryan Hufford in the Fireball, number 83, and man, that is a really, really nice looking paint. Ryan Hufford also being shown as the number 11 this evening in the session. So it's apparent to me early that we're all going to have a little bit of work to do when it comes to figuring out who's who as far as number and what they're showing up on the screen, perhaps. Here's the title sponsor of the SCSRA ARCA series, and that's Jay Stinson in the Fry Disposal Chevy Camaro. Another nice looking fresh paint. Man, I love the start of the seasons, guys. Everyone brings out the new paints and new sponsors. Glade Springs Company on the front of that ride. Another good looking one. Josh Hall, one of the great admins here in the SCSRA, is out on track in the Dev Sports Cards number 81 Ford Mustang. And shout out to Devin Buchino, Dev Sports Cards, of Dev Sports Cards, I should say. Uncle Cooter, welcome in. Let's go number 21, he says. And number 21 is not on the speedway as of right now. And once again, Josh Hall pulling off track right as we show him. Here's the number 20 of Cale Thorpe. Took one look at him before, but he we was pulling off, and there's no one else on the speedway. Like I said, folks, I think we should be getting ready to go qualifying. Thought this race started at 9:30 Eastern. Here's another newcomer on his way out. In the Tunnel to Towers Foundation Chevy Camaro, it's the number 21, Jacob Brown. No city listed for Jacob. Folks, I want you guys, out of curiosity, just to post who you think has the best paint. Now, be fair with it. Be fair with it. Don't just pick your favorite driver. I want you to have, be a little unbiased here as we go through. That is purely for fun and for conversation. And if this runs another 30 minutes, we'll need something to talk about. I'm good at my job, but pre-race. Who tuned in to the championship race? I want to hear from you. Who was blown away by that championship race just about a month ago? It was phenomenal. Here's your champion from last season out of Reading, Pennsylvania, Kenneth Redinger. Sam, I said be unbiased. But it's fair. I did? Yeah, good. It was a good one, wasn't it? Kenneth Redinger. It's hard to say it was an upset, right? Because he was in the championship 4, and he earned his way there. He did what he had to do. But Warren Kyle Keith was on absolute rails all season last season. He got 7 wins, and Kenneth Redinger, in that sense, pulled off an upset. Got a lot of smoke right here in front of Kenneth Redinger, who's on fire. Anyway, let's keep on moving through the field. This is the first time he's decided to be on track. This is the 54, Nicholas Walthorn. Same paint for Nick so far this season. As you should, Sam. You should be proud of your work. And from the ones I've seen thus far, they look phenomenal. I'll give you that. Rubbin's Racing. Yeah, well, that's true. Let's take a look at the guy that's currently sitting second quick. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a great paint right now. It's got a good feel of like a throwback classic paint, but new vibe to it as well. This is one of my favorites so far. Out of Enfield, Connecticut, this is Shane Hines in the number 77 Chevy Camaro. Aldi Chevy Camaro, that is, for Shane Hines. Second quick on the board right now in the practice session. I don't see any of our admins in the chat right now. Texting one of them to see what's going on with the start time of this thing. Not that I'm in any hurry, just curious. Make sure I'm on the same page. But whatever, we'll keep an eye on it, I suppose. Here is the 07 of Lauren Vincent, the McAfee's Auto Garage Chevy Camaro, returning for his third season in the ARCA Series. He's out of Salina, Kansas, and he's got to change his info there. It's not his second season, it's his third. That's okay. We'll keep him, we'll hold him accountable for it. Lauren always has good looking paints, and another good one tonight. Oh boy. Oh, there we go. All right, I think we might have just went checkered flag on practice time. And folks, if you're new to the program, it's time to go qualifying, and you can follow along with me right above that fry disposal box on your screen. You'll see the miles per hour, and you'll see the lap times as these drivers put them in. I'll do my best to keep you organized and updated on all the times. Here's someone that hasn't been out there just yet. This is the number 3/5 of AJ Evangelista. Coming out on the speedway. Yeah, I agree, Moto. A lot of good-looking cars out here. 20 and 77, about to shake and bake. I like it. Cale Thorpe, good luck tonight. No texting and driving. Justin Parham is out there. We want to take another good look at his. That's another new paint. Sharn Hill is out there in the 05. Returning once again. Phil Ellis Jr. out there as well. Matthew Fritz and your champion, Kenneth Redinger. Cale Thorpe, Matt Baines, Joe Irwin, Jacob Brown. We'll come back to all these guys, just kind of showing you who's on track. Let's go here with AJ Evangelista as he goes 32.738 for lap 1. Matthew Fritz quickly passes him in the 67. 32.313. Phil Ellis Jr. to the top of the board, 32.312. Time's going to be very close here. Matt Baines to the top of the board out of 8 qualifiers, 32.262 on lap 1 for Matt Baines. Quick time so far on lap 1, Matt Baines. A lot of guys to put laps in. Here's Justin Parham in the 19. Josh Hall in the 81 goes 4th quick on lap 1, 32.374 for Josh Hall. AJ Evangelista to the top on lap 2, 32.248 for AJ Evangelista. Joe Irwin on lap 2, 32.184. Top of the board, Matt Baines quickly jumps him back, 32.181. He improved on lap 2. A lot of times coming in now. Cale Thorpe goes 32.257. He'll take lap 2 for 5th quick currently. Joe Irwin did not improve. AJ Evangelista will stay 3rd quick. Here's Jay Stinson, 32.362 on lap 1. Good enough for 11th quick at the time. Ryan Gomes also out on the speedway. Justin Parham takes the pole from Matt Baines. 32.167 for Parham on lap 2. Jay Stinson, good lap 2 for him. 4th quick into the top 5. Sharn Hill rounds out your top 5 as it sits. Here is Ryan Hufford, the fan favorite, in 32.266 on lap 1. I should say one of the fan favorites. About to cross the line for lap 2 for Ryan Hufford. He does improve 32.228. He'll go 6th quick. Shane Hines in the 77. 32.214 sneaks into the top 5. For now, a lot of guys yet to go. Here's Ryan Gomes, 32.275. 12th quick for Gomes. Nicholas Walthorn is out there. He had a 32.296. 14th quick on lap 1. Look to improve on lap 2. Where's he go? 32.183. Sneaks into the top 5. 4th quick for the 54. Good lap for Walthorn. Brandon Anderson just went 2nd quick, 32.170. Just behind Justin Parham to the 1,000th. Waiting to see if anyone else qualifies. There's quite a few names out there, but once again, this was a hosted session, and you had to pay before qualifying, so some of these guys may not have paid or may not have been invited. Lauren Vincent still showing out on track, but not actually. He qualified 13th quick on lap 2. Just about a 10th and a half quicker, and everyone's off track. We'll bring you the starting grid as soon as we have it. Looking forward to get it back going here. That was a quick qualifying, wasn't it? Everyone seemed like they were out there at the same time. Didn't even get to look at everyone. But you'll get everyone's names and where they're starting here momentarily. What's up, Anthony? One of my team members. The boss of the team, I should say. I should announce races in real life, to be quite frank. But as of right now, I don't. But that is the goal. Just need the right person to see me. But it's time now for our starting grid. Justin Parham got the pole in the number 19. He'll roll off first. Brandon Anderson in the 49 will start second. Matt Baines in the 72 will start third. Nicholas Walthorn in the 54 will roll off fourth. Joe Irwin in the 15 will start fifth. Jay Stinson in the 98 will roll off sixth. Shane Hines in the 77 will start seventh. Ryan Hufford will start eighth. Sean Hill will start ninth. And rounding out your top 10 starters is AJ Evangelista in the 10 spot. On back we go. Phil Ellis Jr. will start 11th. Ooh, I jumped the gun. Cale Thorpe will start 12th. Lauren Vincent will roll off 13th. Matthew Fritz in 14th. Ryan Gomes will start 15th in the 55. Josh Hall in the 81 will start 16th. Jacob Brown in the 21 will roll off 17th. Ian Davis in the 4 starting 18th. Kenneth Redinger in the 19. In the 24 will start 19th. David Hartney in the 30 will roll off 20th. And everyone else back did not make a time or was not invited to the session. So that's all we got. 20 cars on the grid. And I don't mean that's all we got as in it's a small number. But good turnout here for the Clash for Cash. Ryan Hufford in chat, no driving and texting. Disconnected. Y'all better load back up. We're getting going here. There's the good looking number 19 of Justin Parham. Man, I got to ask Justin how long that paint might have taken him. There's a lot of chrome and design on that thing. Not sure what it says as he gives the pace car a little boost to get going off pit road here. As a reminder, 50 laps the distance this evening, a competition caution at lap 25. So I don't expect fuel to be a concern to anybody. But as I mentioned in the pre-race show, the tires may come into play if we happen to get a somewhat late race caution. We could see some takers. especially if they're mid to back of the pack, maybe looking for any sort of advantage that they may get. Lauren Vincent, perhaps some issues. He is still on pit road. Not sure what's going on with that, but the pace car pulls off. And Barney brings us to green for the first time this season in the SCSRA Fry Disposal ARCA Series. Justin Parham will indeed lead lap 1. They're all clean and green going into turn 1. Matt Bayens is on the inside. They're single file now back to third. Joe Irwin and Brandon Anderson start your side-by-side competitors here on lap number 2. A lot of moving and shaking there through the field. All these guys got to feel out the car just a little bit. First time in a while that they've all been this close together at these speeds, of course. Folks, this quad oval gets awfully dangerous here at Atlanta. Got to mind your P's and Q's. Joe Irwin, Brandon Anderson still side by side. We'll keep you posted on movers and shakers here in the early going, of which Ryan Gomes in that Caterpillar Ford Mustang number 55, already up 5 spots. Making it work down there on the low side, and you can see the steering there for these guys. Some of them hard steering to the inside, and then others just trying to give those guys on the inside plenty of room, but not get into that outside wall. And I promise I speak from experience. I did it just a few weeks ago. Now the top 4, top 3 rather, single file. Now top 4 more so. The 77 of Shane Hines. That top line kind of slowing up a little bit. Brandon Anderson in the outside lane, 49. He leads the way on the outside. A lot of guys deciding to kind of go to that inside. Josh Hall taken to the end of the pack. Hopefully won't lose the draft here. Lauren Vincent has made his way out of pit road now. Now Brandon Anderson, he gets shoved 3 wide. He got mixed up. He's going to go all the way to the back. Not sure if that was intentional. He's going to find the wall. He keeps it out of the middle lane there. I believe that was Matthew Fritz. That could have been dangerous for those guys. Matthew Fritz right there. Tail end of that 4-car line up top. Woo, man, and they're already starting to get a little squirrely. Brandon Anderson, he tags on to nearly the end of the lead group here, but that may have been intentional, to be honest. Not comfortable running out there, just thinking, hey, you know what, we don't need to be up here right now. We got a long race to go. Justin Parham led all laps so far, working lap 8 of 50. Sharn Hill in 6th. Nicholas Walthorn trying to make hay on the outside. He's got a couple takers now. 5 cars on the top line. Now 6 as Brandon Anderson jumps back up there. Nicholas Walthorn, good momentum towards the front here. They're straight and lined up. They kind of fan out as they come across the start-finish line. Top line starting to get a little momentum. 6, 7 cars perhaps. I believe Josh Hall taking the opportunity to go to the outside. That's Phil Ellis Jr. that's up in front of him a couple car lengths. Oh no, and Josh Hall just smacked the wall. That's going to be heavy damage on the 81 of Hall. That's exactly what I did a couple weeks ago. I had it all under control, and before you know it, I didn't. Josh Hall falling back fast. He's going to have to bring her down pit road early here and hope to stay the only car a lap down. That way, at the competition caution, he can get the lucky dog, get himself back into this thing. Tell you what, Nicholas Walthorn making big moves here on the outside. Now just the two single, or the front two cars are single file. Walthorn, nice little side draft there on Joe Irwin. Pulling up nicely. Ooh, everyone keeps it out of the wall again on that outside lane. That's going to get more treacherous as this green flag run goes along. Welcome in, Joe. Good to see you. Chase, welcome in. Who's in the Coors Light car? Did I miss it? I may have. Now that inside lane, do a little bit more work. Joe Irwin decides to jump outside with him. He says, we're going to the front. He nearly caught the outside wall as he made a very aggressive move there to go to the outside, and now he's right beside the 72 of Matt Baines. Pulling side by side now with the 19 of Justin Parham, and for the first time in this race tonight, he inched in front of the 19, and ooh, close for that lap. I think give it to Parham just by a nose. Look out, they're getting squirrely in the mid-pack. They're 3 wide, Matthew Fritz in the middle trying to find him. Now they all sort it out, back to 2 wide here. Woo, good driving by everybody there. That could have taken out about half the field from what it looked like. And now this time Joe Irwin will lead the lap. New leader for the first time this evening on lap 15. They are approaching Lauren Vincent, which not too terrible of news for Lauren, but extremely bad news for Josh Hall, who I just mentioned moments ago would hope to stay the only car a lap down. And that's not going to happen. Now he'll have to try to get to Vincent. Oh, as Vincent's in the wall, they're 3 wide going into turn 1. Keep it clean, boys. I don't think Lauren hit the wall hard enough to cause damage to come down pit road. Maybe that time he did, but anyway, now Josh Hall will have to try to catch him for the potential lucky dog. And now Nicholas Walthorn leads the bottom line, and Joe Irwin behind him. Oh, Ryan Hufford blinking out just a little bit. The 98 of Jay Stinson now leads the outside lane. A lot of a big shakeup there with that momentum on the outside and trying to get around Lauren Vincent. Justin Parham now back to row 3. Walthorn, I believe, led that lap. If not, give it to Stinson. It was a close one. It's not a great view from that camera shot. We'll try to find another one for the race end. That won't do it, but Nicholas Walthorn in the 54, he leads the way. They're 3 wide again here. Matthew Fritz, the 20 of Cale Thorpe in the middle. That 30 of David Hartney on the outside, or on the inside rather. Fritz is on the outside. They're all keeping it straight. Matthew Fritz right up against that wall. Hartney still in the middle. Justin Parham contact up front. Parham now on the outside lane. Matthew Fritz fell all the way back to 15th after that 3 wide scenario there. These cars are getting awfully squirrely. Biggest mover so far, Kenneth Redinger. Oh, my apologies. Ryan Gomes in the 55. He's now being marked as up 10. Of course, that goes back and forth. 9 or 10 any given moment. Oh! Number 20, I think, just found... Oh, we have a caution here. Caution on lap 21. I don't see a wreck. Let's see what happened here. If we can find it, let's take a look at the Royalty Racing Network instant replay. All good right here. Okay, so I don't know what happened. That's obviously not a wreck. Well. Anything here near the back of the field? Don't see anything yet. Okay. Well. Whatever, I suppose. Jay Stinson being scored your leader. As everyone checks up to let the pace car by. Lauren Vincent should be the lucky dog recipient here. And you'll see these guys now entering the apron on turn 3. And that is the very interesting pit road rules here at Echo Park Speedway. You have to get down below that commit line all the way back in turn 3, and then you ride that apron underneath that solid white line there until you get to pit road. So it's very interesting. It does help on green flag pit scenarios as far as making sure you get your speed down, because my understanding is under green flag there's not a time or what am I trying to say here? There's not a speed limit until you get to the end of pit road there, or the beginning of pit road, I should say. Let's watch the race off pit road. Jay Stinson came in first, and he's going to lead him off as well. Brandon Anderson, nice pit stop. He'll come out in second. Well, we'll let them stack them and rack them back up. We're going to step aside for a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, right here on Royalty Racing Network. Welcome back, folks. And Josh Hall elected to take the wave around, so that will put everybody on the lead lap, I do believe. I think Josh was Oh, never mind. Josh was multiple laps down, so he'll hope for a few more cautions. And I'm not quite sure if they're going to score that as the competition caution. I'd assume so, because in the regular season, if a caution happens within 5 laps, that is considered the stage, I do believe. And I still do not know what that caution was for. Unable to get an answer on that. So, we're all in it together, folks. But nevertheless, Jay Stinson, Brandon Anderson will lead us back to green as the lights on the iRacing.com pace car are turned off. First caution of the night here in the Clash for Cash. Once again, $200 on the line this evening. So a lot of money out there, and we're just about halfway here. Jay Stinson, Brandon Anderson back on the loud pedals. We're green once again, and Jay Stinson had a very nice jump. Single file all the way back to Nicholas Walthorn and Joe Irwin. That happened in an absolute hurry. It probably had to be somewhat orchestrated, and people maybe not getting great jumps on the restart, but some takers early to go to that outside lane, and it's Brandon Anderson along with Ryan Hufford. Now they pull side by side with Jay Stinson. I think Jay and Parham just got a little bit too far out there, and once those guys a little further back got up the momentum, they just came up on them. Oh, okay. Thank you, Alicia. Appreciate that. Oh, there's that Coors Light car you were talking about. 29 of Phil Ellis Jr. Tapped the wall, and I saw it, but yeah, that is a good-looking paint. Good call-out, Chase. Sorry it took me this long to find it. Everyone's so close together. New paints, new numbers. We've had over a month off, so, you know, I'm getting into the swing of things myself again. Brandon Anderson to the lead now. That's our third lead change of the evening so far, here right halfway. Alicia, I thought the competition caution was on lap 25, so maybe I read it wrong, or it was a late change in the agenda for the evening. Anthony, I'm glad you're enjoying it. These guys put on great racing every single Tuesday night, whether it's a super speedway or a road course. It does not matter. I've broadcasted several different leagues, and this is the most competitive throughout the field from top to bottom, the most exciting racing, and the most respectful drivers that I've ever had an opportunity to work with. It is incredible. That's why I keep coming back. Not to mention the money, but mostly the other reasons. Joe Irwin now back to the front as Ryan Hufford now leads that bottom line, but Irwin did lead the lap, so not another lead change per se. Yeah, there you go. Oh, no, look out! Ryan Hufford is around. Looked like a bad bump. He was right in front of the field. And heavy damage to Ryan Hufford. Let's go back and see that play out. It happened in a hurry. Ryan Hufford leading that outside lane. Just a bad bump from Brandon Anderson, it would appear. And he goes through Anderson somehow. Up into the 67 of Fritz, the 20 involved, 21, the 07. Oh, man, hard hit to the 07 of Lauren Vincent, who just got back on the lead lap. Josh Hall trying to do everything he can to avoid that. Let's go back, watch it one more time. We're going to go quarter time. You can see the 49 just off center there on that 83 of Hufford. Turned him around. Hufford, valiant effort to save it, but then the 49 was there on the inside. It looked like it could have just been the two of them, but you see that, how the two cars are basically inside of each other. That's just pure net code on iRacing. And then Hufford right up into the middle. Look at the 55 of Ryan Gomes. My goodness. He barely escaped twice. Holy smokes. Takes a little bump from the 21, but man, woo, with the way that could have been. And then the 07 there in your shot. Man, hard contact to that outside wall. Sharn Hill escaping, Nicholas Walthorn escaping as well, and then you'll see Josh Hall just hard on the brakes, making sure he doesn't take contact to get another lucky dog. Man, oh man, several drivers down pit road. Nicholas Walthorn in the 54. Hartney is down. Shane Hines, Ryan Hufford, Jacob Brown. Some of these guys, Lauren Vincent, fast repair time for Lauren. Some of those guys I don't think were necessarily involved in the accident. Maybe they thought they got damaged, wanted to take a look at it. But also, if you're near the back of the field, that's what I was making light of earlier on. If you have an opportunity and maybe under the comp caution you didn't take tires and now you have another caution, you're near the back, take tires, can't hurt. You got plenty of time to go. If you're close on fuel, and I don't have a fuel rating, but if you're close on fuel, maybe that's an opportunity to go top off, that type of thing. Alicia, if you wouldn't mind, maybe Nick wouldn't mind giving you a fuel reading, fuel estimate, if you can jump in there real quick. While we're under caution, of course. I don't want to bother him under green. He's going to be our go-to all season long. I already know. Him and Alicia, because Alicia is here. She's the first one here. Before I'm even here, she's here, ready to go. Every single week, the loyalty, the commitment. I got to tell Nicholas Walthorn to put a ring on it. Yeah, oh no, is right, Anthony. That was not a good one. Plenty of fuel. All right, good. So there's our fuel reading. They're not concerned about fuel. But cautions breed cautions, folks, and we had a comp caution and then a wreck caution. But nobody tore up. Too bad. Everyone had fast repairs, so everyone remains in the race. Josh Hall 2 laps down now. Jacob Brown rounds out the guys on the lead lap. He's back in 19th there in that good-looking number 21. Ooh, close up there of the 72 of Matt Baynes for some reason. Joe Irwin, Matt Baynes lead us back to green for this second restart on the evening. Green flag drops. Joe Irwin right in the middle. Looked like that outside lane, maybe not too great of a start, but we saw this on the last restart, folks. Oh, look out, Joe Irwin. Not Joe Irwin, I'm sorry, Brandon Anderson. Looked like he had the same thought as Jay Stinson. Jay got up there just a little bit quicker. Now Stinson to the front. This is exactly what I was going to say. We saw that lower line get a little bit better jump, and then that top line chases them down. Give the lead to Jay Stinson that time. Jay Stinson, Joe Irwin leading their respective lines. Let's see if Stinson or Baynes decide to drop down now, as they both have cleared that lower line of Joe Irwin. staying high so far. Now they're clear all the way back to Kenneth Redinger. Redinger, your biggest mover on the night now, folks. He's up 16 spots as it stands. Another big mover in the 55, Ryan Gomes. He's looking for a bounce-back season, is Gomes. I'll tell you what, he was fast everywhere we went last season and almost as much found trouble from someone else. Didn't have the season he was hoping for. Looking to start strong tonight in the Clash. Your pole sitter, Justin Parham, few rows back now. Other big movers, Ian Davis here in the 4, 5, whatever. No, Ian Davis is the 4. That's AJ Evangelista right next to him in the 5. Ian Davis has the 69 on the Corona ride, I believe. Tell you what, one thing that I hope is right next week is the numbers that the guys have on their car, because this is challenging. Anyway, Ian Davis, he's up 11. David Hartney, he's up 9. We talked to him in the pre-race show. Doing good. And not to rub it in, but as it stands now, biggest loser is Nicholas Walthorn. But he's got plenty of time. He'll be back up there. He was involved in that wreck. He was leading the way. Look out! Contact in the wall. Somehow everyone keeps it straight. The 77 of Shane Hines found the wall, bounced straight down into the 67 of Matthew Fritz. That's going to mix up some of these guys near the rear end of the pack here. They're going to be spread out just a bit now, as now they're single file top 4. Stinson, Redinger, Gomes, Parham. Joe Irwin has also elected to go to the top side. Now he jumps down to the bottom. Ryan Gomes goes with him. Gomes making moves on that inside lane. Gomes now all the way up to 3rd/4th. Kind of bouncing around from 3rd to 4th. Jay Stinson, I wouldn't say comfortably leading by any means. Nothing's comfortable at a super speedway. Jay Stinson looking for a comeback season as well. That didn't have a bad season by any means, but just I know it wasn't what he was hoping for. Now you'll see, folks, Sharn Hill is the tail end of this group here in the orange 05, and he's 14th out of 19 on the lead lap. That little incident between Shane Hines and Matthew Fritz kind of split them up. They are a little bit further back. Now, if they keep it straight, they may have an opportunity to catch these guys, for one. Two, they're in a good spot to avoid a wreck that happens with that lead pack up in front of them, mixing it up a lot more than they are, which would put them in prime position to capitalize should there be a late caution in this race. Look out! Matt Baines to the inside. Now he's turned up across the track. And that will bring out our caution. I just said it. And all those guys in the back, what did I say? They all avoid it. Uh-oh, except for the 21 of Jacob Brown. Let's see what happened here. Another caution. Matt Baines right there. And just another bad bump leads to mayhem. And Baines saved it. And then he made contact with Joe Irwin trying to save it, which shot him back up on the track. And Jacob Brown nowhere to go there. Let's take another look at it. Slow it down just a little bit. So here's the 20 of Cale Thorpe just off-centered. Matt Baines fighting it. He gets into Irwin, nowhere to go. Irwin tries saving it. Brandon Anderson tries to avoid it. Then Baines again, nowhere to go on the inside. He became kind of a ping pong ball. Oh, AJ Evangelista wrapped up into it. Oh, the 21 just couldn't quite get low enough. The 29 of Phil Ellis Jr. looks like some heavy damage. Sharn Hill, watch Sharn Hill. Ooh, man, look out. Sharn Hill in the 05. Apparently, the 5 is the lucky number tonight. We saw the 55 get lucky earlier on. Oh, and then the 77 just clips the 21, which gave him even worse damage. Man, oh man. Saw the 55 get lucky, and then we saw the 05 or the 5 of AJ Evangelista just get minimal damage there compared to what it could have been. And the 05 of Sharn Hill squeaking by there. My goodness. Sharn Hill, after all that, he's going to be shown in 7th position. Woo! Lars, welcome in. Yeah, oh no again. Second oh no of the evening. Be our second caution due to incident and our third overall on the night. Top 10 looks like this. Jay Stinson leads the way. Kenneth Redinger is in second. He's up 17 spots. That sound familiar to last season, folks? Justin Parham in third. Joe Irwin in fourth. Cale Thorpe rounds out your top 5. David Hartney up 14 spots now. He's in sixth. Sharn Hill up to 7th. Lauren Vincent in 8th. Shane Hines in 9th. Your top 10 is Ryan Hufford now. On back, Jacob Brown in 11th, Brandon Anderson in 12th, Ryan Gomes 13th, AJ Evangelista 14th, Phil Ellis Jr. 15th, Nick Walthorn in 16th, Matt Baines 17th, Matthew Fritz 18th, Ian Davis 19th, Josh Hall looking for one more caution to get him back on the lead lap, as he is still the only car a lap down. But now he is only one lap down. Lights on the iRacing.com pace car are turned off, which once again means we're getting ready to go back to green here for what will be hopefully a 10-lap shootout. But I'm not meaning to jinx it now. I'm just being real. I don't feel like they're done wrecking yet. A lot of money on the line, no points on the line. You put those two combinations together, or you put those two things together, I should say, and it's leads to a wild and crazy combination. I think we're about to see it. If you're in the back, it's time to go. If you're in the front, got to try to stay there. Kenneth Redinger on the outside. Jay Stinson leading the way on the inside. Back under green we go, and once again another good jump. Wow, those top two shot out of a cannon. Jay Stinson, Justin Parham, the 20, and Cale Thorpe didn't go, which caused a huge breakup between all lines. And now top 4 on the breakaway. No need for Cale or anyone else to worry. They'll reel them in with how many cars they got back here. There's Cale in the 20. David Hartney on the outside lane. Now Cale goes to the top. Good move. Plenty of room out there. Follows Hartney. Brandon Anderson also on the top side. Someone got left hung out to dry. That's Ryan Hufford in the 83. He'll go backwards if he can't sneak in. And it would appear that would be the case. Sharn Hill leads that, or I'm sorry, he's the tail end of that first group, if you will. Cale Thorpe somewhat aggressively. He's all by himself in that bottom lane. There you go, Kale. Oh, look out. AJ Evangelista had a ton of momentum. Now, AJ with a good run. Phil Ellis Jr. right behind him. Now they're trying to pick where they want to go. Brandon Anderson, middle of 3 wide with Hartney up top. Evangelista on the bottom. Sharn Hill scraping the wall just a little bit. Anderson has a little help for now. Joe Irwin, now he goes to the bottom. Anderson in no man's land. Nicholas Walthorn, he senses it's time to go. As I mentioned, he was up front before he got in a wreck. Sharn Hill taking him with him. Phil Ellis Jr. now jumps up in front of Brandon Anderson to help him. They got AJ Evangelista in front of him. Brandon Anderson clears now. He gets back down to the bottom, and that's really nice for Anderson. He could have went all the way to the back. Instead, he falls in ninth. That's a win, if you ask me. Matt Baines trying to make things work with Ian Davis. Somehow they lost the lead group. No one hoping for a wreck more than them two and Josh Hall. They're just hoping to not be in it. Top 6 all single filed out. Matthew Fritz goes to the bottom side now. Ryan Gomes is heavy in the wall. Little further back, heavy damage on the 55. They keep it all straight though. Matthew Fritz in the 67 up 9 spots. He's working that inside lane. He's got AJ Evangelista behind him. Can they build any momentum on these top 5 cars? 4 cars now. Nicholas Walthorn is out on top. Top 4 making it work pretty good so far. Jay Stinson, Parham, Redinger, Matthew Fritz now making moves. David Hartney, that 4th car on that top line. If the bottom line has one more taker, look out. Sharn Hill went down there, might have been a little bit late. See if he helps him. He will catch him. There's Sharn. Just reeling those guys in on the bottom line again. Brandon Anderson way outside. 21 of Jacob Brown let him back in. That was awfully nice of him. Watch out for that quad oval because it's going to be wild. A lot of these guys probably experiencing a little bit of tire wear by now. All smooth through there that time. 4 to go now in the clash for cash. No one tempting fates with a move on Jay Stinson just yet. That bottom line trying to get things going. Now Lauren Vincent goes to the bottom as Sharn Hill goes to the top. Sharn back to the bottom now. They are making ground. 3 to go. Now Stinson goes to the bottom to block that bottom line. What a move by Jay Stinson. That completely breaks up that whole top side. Justin Parham, no help. He's going to lose 4 or 5 positions at least. AJ Evangelista now back up top with Jay Stinson. Brandon Anderson down there. Matthew Fritz takes the lead with Phil Ellis Jr. in tow. 2 to go now. Phil Ellis Jr. gets into AJ Evangelista gets into Jay Stinson. Now Phil Ellis Jr. to the outside on Matthew Fritz. He's in the middle lane, and he's got some followers behind him. AJ Evangelista right behind him. Parham and Stinson find the wall. Jay Stinson falling back now. Phil Ellis Jr. leads with 1 to go. They're all spread out now. Phil Ellis Jr., AJ Evangelista, Brandon Anderson scored your top 3 right now. Jay Stinson has something to say about it on the top side. Look out! AJ Evangelista, late block, takes out the field. Phil Ellis Jr. gonna fend off Brandon Anderson, and he wins the Clash for Cash in the ARCA Series. Oh man, what a finish to start the season. Brandon Anderson comes home second. Justin Parham finishes third. Lauren Vincent in the carnage works his way all the way up to fourth. The only 3 positions that matter tonight are the top 3. They will win the money. Phil Ellis Jr., Brandon Anderson, Justin Parham come home top 3. What a wild finish. Let's see if we can't go back and take a look at that incident with AJ Evangelista. Gonna try to get somewhat close here. That's not it. Well, guess we don't have it. But nevertheless, there's your winner for the evening, folks. And we're gonna have post-race interviews. Yeah, Chase. Should have, man. Post-race interviews. There's that Coors Light car. Man, you shouted it out early, and now we're getting a good look at it. We're going to step aside for a brief commercial break, but post-race show still to come. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, folks, welcome into the post-race show, and what a crazy finish we had here at Echo Park Speedway. They took the white flag, and then AJ Evangelista tried to get to the top side. Good opportunity to try to make things work, and maybe just slightly too late for him, and he was running near the front. Took out a lot of guys that were trying to make moves there, but phenomenal finish. What a great way to start this season off. And no points, so everyone can kind of cool off and set their sights on the regular season beginning next week, right here, same times, 9:30 Eastern, and we'll get things going. Never fails every week. I'm sorry, Alicia. He ran a good race, and he did get wrecked, but luckily this one wasn't for points. So get this one out of the way, and 54 Walthorn going to have a good season this season, I bet you. But right now we're going to try to get interviews with our top three. I see Justin Parham still available. Brandon Anderson is also available. We'll get with Phil Ellis Jr. as well. So that'll work out. Let's get with our third place finisher on the night, the number 19 of Justin Parham. Justin, welcome to the broadcast booth. Man, what a wild and crazy finish to start things off in the ARCA series this season, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You came out, you got the pole, you started, you led a lot of laps early. You were up front basically all night long, avoided trouble. Tell us how a third place finish, even in a non-points race, can build momentum going into the start of the season and some confidence as well.
Anytime you get a good finish anywhere, it just helps keep momentum going forward to the next week. So hopefully that'll put us on the right path to start off the season with a good finish, if not a win next week.
Yeah, absolutely. You come out here, one super speedway, and no points on the line. So aggressive, and everyone wants to win, but then next week it counts for the long haul. So, Justin, good race tonight, man. It was fun seeing you run out front. I got to ask, how long did it take you to make that paint, man?
It didn't take too long, maybe an hour or two.
That's fair enough. But it's gorgeous one, man. So it's really cool to see all the new paints, when the new season starts up and everything. But it was throwing me off with all the new numbers tonight and numbers not matching the paints, all that sort of thing. But
yeah,
Justin,
hopefully all that's situated before we get started next week.
I hope so. I'm sure it will be. I know. This one came together a little bit late with some drivers joining just today, in fact, or even moments before we went green. But Justin, you win a little bit of money this evening, so congrats on that. Basically racing for free this season. And best of luck to you. Best of luck to the team. Before we let you go, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out?
The league for putting this on, letting us get out here and have fun, chance to win a little bit of money, and of course y'all for doing the broadcast for us every week. It's always good to go back and watch it and see how everything went.
Yeah, man, it was a good one to kick off the season. It's awesome. So appreciate the kind words, and good to have you back with us again, Justin, and we'll talk to you here in the future.
Yes, sir.
Once again, folks, that was your third place finisher, the number 19 of Justin Parham. Now, let's hunt down our second place finisher in the 49 of Brandon Anderson. Brandon, welcome to the broadcast booth for the first time this season. Awesome finish for you and teammate Phil Ellis Jr. Tell us, when you took the white flag, what your thoughts were. Was there a plan, or was it just, hey, we're gonna just see how things play out and do what we can do here?
Yeah, well, I started calling out. I seen the top was starting to get a run, and then those two moved up to try to block it, and that's when AJ got taken out there, which sucks because it looked like we might be able to go 1, 2, 3 there. But I was honestly just going to ride. I was just going to follow them two and pretty much do what they did, and unfortunately AJ got taken out, and me and Phil were able to squeak by there and finish 1, 2.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've mentioned it so many times tonight, but no points on the line, but there was a good chunk of money out there. And either way, for Team Beer Money Racing, has to feel good. You come to a super speedway, everyone knows anything could happen. You got to be at the right place at the right time, and you got to avoid the wrong place at the right time. And tell us kind of how this sets up for you guys now as far as the confidence level and really making a statement as to where Beer Money Racing can be at the end of this season.
Yeah, I hope it says a lot because I think we're a lot stronger team than what we ended last year. We all kind of just had some bad lucks there towards the last half of the season, and we just fell in the rankings. But this is definitely going to be a big boost, big confidence and boost for Phil. That's why I kind of just wanted to ride there. It wasn't about the money. It's just pretty much let's keep this 1-2, get the confidence up, let him go into this season hot, and see how we all end.
Right on, man. Well, Brandon, I'm talking to you early here in the season that hasn't even truly begun yet. So that's pretty cool, but don't want to keep you too long. Not a whole lot to talk about just yet as we haven't gotten fully in gear, if you will, for the season. But before we let you go, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Just the teammates, Ian, AJ, Phil, and shout out to Vince. Vince Brent, he had a little baby girl today, so thoughts are
Hey,
with him
right on.
and the family back there, and hopefully maybe he was watching us, and hopefully he joins back up with us soon. But appreciate your broadcast, man. You did awesome last season, and look forward to this season.
I'm glad to be back, man. I appreciate the kind words. You're going to love watching this one back, no doubt, and happy to be with you guys all season long. So go enjoy this one, celebrate with the team, and after I still fill for a few minutes, of course.
Yep,
and we'll talk to you a little bit later this season.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Once again, folks, that was your second place finish of the number 49, Brandon Anderson. He ran really well tonight. Started second, finished second. Man, good way to be at a super speedway race, and he gets some money to pay it off. Let's get now with your winner of the Clash for Cash. That's number 29, Phil Ellis Jr. Phil, welcome to the broadcast booth. Man, you kick us off with a heck of a show. You finished up 10 spots on the night to win this thing. Tell me how you're feeling right now.
Feeling fantastic, man. This is a good booster going into this season. Last season, like Brandon said, I don't think we showed the actual potential we have, and this really just kind of gives a boost to. I mean, we had 3 cars in the top 3 coming down the backstretch, so I'm happy about that. Ian was right there with us all night too. It's big because we got outrun a lot last year, and we've been working on a lot of stuff, working on saving tires and a few other things just to make our group better in general. So hopefully we see some good results this season.
Yeah, let's talk about that. We'll look ahead just slightly, and guys like you and AJ Evangelista, we saw a ton of speed from you guys often last season, and unfortunately it seemed like more often than not the payoff wasn't there. And I know all of you guys are frustrated about that. I'm a racer myself. I get frustrated when I feel that way. Tell us what the strategy or the game plan is, if you will, if you can have such a thing in racing, to get those payoffs this season a little bit more frequently and set yourselves up better when the postseason comes.
So in all honesty, like the biggest thing, like I said, is we're short track guys. Like before this, Brandon and I ran mostly street stock stuff. We just recently started dabbling more into the NASCAR stuff, and I mean it's fun, but I'm that hammer down all the time short track mentality, and you can't do that on a lot of these tracks. It absolutely kills the tires. So kind of just teaching ourselves how to adjust and make the tires last and make everything be there at the end instead of burning it down 20 laps into a run.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, man, because I don't think some at home, that maybe don't do this or don't do it consistently, I don't think they truly understand the amount of time and the amount of work that can go into this. You got to find the way to be fast, but also save those tires to be faster for longer. And it is a really, really tricky balance. Every track has its own kind of little niche type things that you got to figure out. And time in the seat plays a big difference. So the more time you get in the same car and same guys, that goes a long way. But Phil, you win the money tonight. This couldn't have been a better start to the season for you or for Beer Money Racing. And now you get to look ahead to next week. Same game plan, I'd assume, or same hopes, of course, to start the points races. But Phil, before we let you go pop the champagne in victory lane and celebrate this Clash for Cash win, give us who you'd like to thank and shout out tonight.
First, want to thank Beer Money Racing. These guys, we've honestly, we haven't done a lot of testing up until this point. But we're a good group together. You know, we communicate good together throughout the race, and it works out really good. So thanks to those guys for all they did for me tonight, getting me in position to be where I needed to be. I want to thank my sponsor, Clean Air Show. It's AJ and I's podcast we do. It's a NASCAR podcast. We do it every Sunday, live pre-show, noon Eastern. Check it out. It's on YouTube, Facebook, everything. Check it out. It's a mostly uncensored NASCAR show. We give our straight up front opinions. Like, we don't hold a lot back. So it's a pretty good thing to listen to.
Right on, man. Well, Phil, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, and it's even more of a pleasure to talk to you when you're a winner. And it's time to go celebrate with the team and everyone else, man. We'll see you back out here next week for the real deal.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate everything you do for the series. And one more thing, want to thank SCSRA for putting this on tonight. Awesome show. I know I was one of the critics earlier in the week when the track got changed, but good choice. That was a good show, good changeover. So want to say thanks to those guys for all the work they put into this league. This is fantastic group of guys to run with all the time.
It really is, man. That's why I'm back once again. I wouldn't think about broadcasting any other series or league on a Tuesday night. I'm glad to be right here. So well said, Phil. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Once again, folks, that was your winner of the Clash for Cash, the Beer Money Racing driver in the number 29, Phil Ellis Jr., up 10 spots on the night. That's pretty remarkable, and what a great way to start off another amazing season. And if you folks are new to the program, this is the way the racing is every single Tuesday night. No joke, man. Any given race, I'm saying 10 to 15 people any given night could come in here and take the win, and it's not just on super speedways. It's really, really enjoyable. And I'm looking forward to it. So pleasure being with you tonight. Thank you for joining. If you haven't yet, please hit that little thumbs up. That like button goes a long way to get me out there. And someone mentioned it earlier. Anthony mentioned it earlier. I would absolutely love for the opportunity to call real racing, part-time, full-time, local track, national track, doesn't matter. I know you got to start somewhere. I don't care. I would love to do it. But right now, I love doing this, and I love being here with you guys every Tuesday night. Don't forget, next week kicks off the regular season. Points on the line, money on the line, and eventually a shot at the championship. It all starts next week right here on Royalty Racing Network, and we'll be live once again about 9:15 Eastern. And we'll do it all again, all season long. Quick shout out to Vince Brent. Man, if you're watching, congrats on the birth of your daughter. That is incredible. I knew it was coming up soon. Didn't obviously know when exactly it would happen, but good friend of mine, Vince Brent, that races here on Tuesday nights. And that's a true joy of iRacing, folks. I don't think it gets talked about enough, but the connections you can meet, the friendships, the true friendships you can build. I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of people. Some of them I even call family now. And it's really amazing. So anyway, I'll stop blabbering, but we'll see you right back here on Tuesday night. Hope you enjoyed the show. Have a good evening. Good night.